Hello everybody, it's Ryan KC9OZA, and today we are going to be looking at the Retevis A1 dual band HT. Retevis sent this to me to do a review, but I will be giving my own opinions, the goods, the bads, what I think about it. So, won't do an unboxing, but I'll just show you what you get. You get the radio, base charger, wall wart cable, your user manual. Mine did come with a programming cable, a belt clip, antenna, everything, a little lanyard. So let's take a quick look at the radio. It does have a little bit of heft to it. It doesn't feel super light, cheap. It is supposed to be waterproof. We'll test that. So here on this side, you have your up and down, your PTT. Over here on the other side, you have your headphone, your speaker, or excuse me, your microphone, USB, and it does have a thumb screw, or you can use a flat blade screwdriver. That's to help keep the waterproof. Down here on the bottom, your battery slides off. It claims that it is a 22 milliamp hour battery, and then here it shows VHF 144 to 148, UHF 420 to 450, charging input 5 volts 1 amp. You can charge it on the radio itself instead of the cradle charger. It shows you have your FCC ID. So let's go ahead and I'll put the antenna on it and we'll go. Okay, so got the antenna on. Let's go ahead and look at the menu.
Welcome. Channel mode.
I've already programmed by the front of the face. It was really easy to do. My local 2-meter repeater here. So we'll go ahead and show you just how easy it is.
Menu.
Menus here are settings. You can adjust a lot of different settings. We'll go in here and let's see if we can turn off the voice so we don't have to listen to the radio. I've already turned off the beep. So programming here, how to program the radio. You got scan, radio info. Just tells you your ID, your firmware version. This is for your GPS information. Your NOAA weather radio, weather forecast, weather alarm. You can set it up to where if you're out and about and there's a storm coming, it'll automatically kick in, give you alerts so you know how the weather is around you. And if you wait long enough, it will kick you out of the menu. So let's go back in, go to program. Now again, I've already programmed this in, but we'll go through the steps here. So channel name, it'll have channel 1. You just hit exit to delete it, type it in here on the keypad, hit menu, setting OK. Then you'll just go through your RX frequency, your TX frequency, your CTS DCS tone on receive and transmit, bandwidth, power, busy lock, DTMF system, PTID, scan, add, scramble, offset, direction, channel memory. So this is where you'd go. I have it set up channel 1.
Confirm.
And then once you're done, you just exit out, exit out. There we have the frequency. So let's go ahead and see if we can key up the repeater. My shack is in the basement, but it should be close enough. It's about 6 miles away. So we was able to chunk it. I tried it a while ago and the repeater ID did come up. So very easy to program by hand, right on the keypad. I wouldn't be scared to program unless you had several frequencies that you needed, or you already had a setup on your computer where you could just wanted to copy and drop it and then program it. But if you was a new ham, didn't have a computer with you, was traveling somewhere, etc., needed to put in a repeater, very easy to do. I did it in less than a minute. So let's go ahead. I'm going to hook it up to the power meter, see what kind of power output it does, and then we'll go ahead, try out the waterproof, spray some water on it while the radio's on, see how it does. So let's go ahead and hook it up to the power meter. Okay, so we got the meter all hooked up here. I have the radio on high power VHF. So we'll go ahead and test. Looks like about 4 watts. So we'll go in here in the menu and I'll change the power. We'll go mid power. About 3 watts. And then we will do low power. And again, this is all VHF. We'll also do UHF. So exit out. And not quite 3/4 of a watt. So I think they advertise this as a 5-watt radio. I'll go to the lower end now of the band and the higher end of the VHF band. We'll see if that makes any difference on their claims. So I got it on 144. Again, this is just into my power meter, into a dummy load, so I'm not interfering with anybody. So this is high power, 3.9. Go to 148. High power, right at 4. We will go to medium power. This is 148. 3. So pretty much across the whole VHF spectrum, the power is going to be pretty much the same. So we'll go ahead and I'll switch over to the UHF and we'll test the power there. So here we are on UHF, and on the manual it says VHF is 144 to 148, although UHF is 420 through 450. So again, this is all in a dummy load. So I got the radio on 420.000, the low end of its range. So right at 6 watts, we'll go up to 480, or 450, excuse me. Again, this is all through dummy load. So 4 watts on the high side. So let's go here in middle. About 445. About 4 watts on high power. So about the same as VHF. So it does cover the whole 440 band. On the lower end of the 440 band, though, you're going to get a few more watts versus at the higher end. So overall, about 4 watts or so into my power meter. I got about a 6-inch jumper from the HT to the meter, so that way I got the least amount of loss as possible. So I'll go ahead, we'll go upstairs, I'll run some water over it, and we'll see if this thing actually is waterproof, see if anything happens. So let's go on up, test it out. So before I possibly ruin this HT with the water test, we're going to do an audio test. I got it on a simplex frequency here. I'm going to use another HT, my Yaesu FT5, and we're going to see what the audio sounds like. So I'm going to go away in another room. We're going to test it out.
KC9OZA testing 1 2 3 3 2 1.
Alright, so there was the audio from the Yaesu to the Retevis. Now I'll take the Retevis, we'll leave the FT5 here, and we'll see what the audio sounds like.
KC9OZA doing an audio test with the Retevis A1 1 2 3 3 2 1.
And there was the audio from the Retevis. Okay, so it's actually been closer to 20 minutes. I took the radio out, just lightly wiped the water off, and just kind of hit the face down into the towel about 3 times there. So let's go ahead and set it up on the table, turn it on, and see if it really is waterproof. And got a little bit of water still there on the back. I'll actually take the back cover off first and see if it got any water intrusion. Okay, so I got the back off the radio here, and there is some water got in, so camera will focus. Some water here, up there, but the contacts on the inside of the O-ring seem to be dry. Camera focus. Got moisture there. Not for sure if this moisture is from just me moving the battery out of camera focus, but overall pretty dry. So, see if I can do this one-handed. There we go. And this will be turning it on for the first time. So, power's on, so that's a good sign. So, I'll go ahead and get my FT5 again and see if it receives, and then we'll flip it around and transmit, see if the transmit's messed up in any way.
C9 OZA testing 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 with the Retevis after the IP67 water test.
So there is the receiving from the Retevis. Now I'm going to swap out. I'm going to take the Retevis back here in another room and we'll transmit and see how it sounds.
C9 OZA testing the Retevis A1 IP67 transmitting 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
And there was me transmitting to the FT5 with the Retevis A1. Overall, I'd say pretty good quality. I mean, it's a nice beefy radio. I do have the extended battery on the back of my FT5, but with the factory battery on, it feels comparable. And I mean, the outside and the buttons are a lot better quality than any Bayo thing. So I'd say if you're wanting something, still got some water dripping out on the bottom there, but I'd say overall for the money, I would like to really test this GPS function, so I may have to get me another one of these to test it out. Oh, I will take this off here and see if any water got in there right quick. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to focus here in the light, but took this off. There's a little water there, but there and there, dry as can be, because this is where your seals are at. So this don't have a seal there. So if you're going to use this and you want to make sure it stays waterproof, make sure this is on. I hadn't taken this off, so it just kind of hooks in there. Screws on here. I did have to get a flat blade screwdriver because it was on there pretty tight from the factory. So I'm sure you want it pretty snug, not just loose, or you may get some water intrusion in there. But you probably won't be dunking this or playing with it in the tub or anything. If you just got it clipped on your backpack, etc., get some rain on it, should be perfectly fine. So, like I said, the build quality's pretty nice. Overall, it's a nice little radio. I don't have a way to test the cleanness of it. I have seen some other videos. Some say that it's within spec. Some say that it's pretty close. A lot cleaner than a Bayo thing. So if you're looking for something that don't break the bank, but it's a good overall radio. This may be something you're looking for. Again, Retevis sent this to me to test it out for my own opinion, pros, cons, etc., in exchange for a video review. So overall, I give it a thumbs up. So really happy with the radio. There's your GPS, but I don't have another radio to test it. So overall, really nice radio. Thanks everybody for watching 73s, and we'll catch you in the next video.